Something massive was hiding in plain sight for millions of years. What if the biggest animal to ever live on Earth was not the blue whale after all? Scientists digging in Peru found strange bones that looked like rocks at first, but once studied, those bones revealed a shocking truth. Yes, Earth's largest animal may have just changed forever. In a quiet desert valley along the coast of Peru, something incredible was discovered. At first, it didn't look special at all. Huge, oddly shaped rocks were scattered across the ground. No one thought much of them, but those rocks turned out to be bones. Bones from an ancient whale that lived almost 40 million years ago. When scientists looked closer, they realized this animal was not just large. It may have been the heaviest creature to ever exist on Earth. For years, the blue whale has held the crown as the largest animal in history. It can grow longer than 100 feet and weigh over 200 tons. That is heavier than dozens of elephants combined. But the newly discovered whale from Peru might have been even heavier, even if it wasn't longer. This ancient whale is called Parasitus, and its estimated weight is truly mind-blowing. Scientists believe it may have weighed anywhere between 93 tons and 370 tons. If the higher estimate is correct, Parasitus officially beats the blue whale and becomes the heaviest animal ever known. So how could a whale be shorter but heavier? The answer is in its bones. Unlike modern whales, this ancient giant had extremely thick and dense bones. Some of its bones were so heavy that they felt more like stone than skeleton. Today, we only see bones like this in animals such as manatees and some early whales. Dense bones help marine animals stay underwater without floating back up too fast. This makes it easier for them to move slowly and stay near the ocean floor. But there is a problem. If an animal becomes too heavy, it risks sinking and wasting too much energy just to move. To balance this, marine animals need lighter tissues like fat and muscle. These help with floating and movement. Scientists studied how modern sea animals balance bone weight in soft tissue, then used those patterns to estimate how heavy Parasitus really was. The full skeleton was never found, which made the task harder. But after years of study, experts became confident that this whale was truly enormous. The fossils were first discovered more than 13 years ago, and scientists spent nearly a decade carefully freeing the bones from rock. Their shape and age showed that this whale was related to Basilosaurus, an ancient whale with a long body, sharp teeth, and a snake-like shape. Unlike today's gentle filter-feeding whales, Parasitus may have been a predator. This discovery changes what scientists believed about whale history. For a long time, experts thought whales only became huge about 5 million years ago, after they started eating massive amounts of tiny sea creatures like krill. But Parasitus proves that giant whales existed tens of millions of years earlier. That raises a big question. What did such a massive animal eat? Because it was likely slow and extremely heavy, Parasitus probably did not chase fast prey. Scientists believe it may have lived in shallow coastal waters, feeding near the seafloor. It likely ate clams, crustaceans, and small animals hiding in the sand. Another idea suggests it may have been a scavenger, feeding on whatever food it could find, including remains of dead sea creatures. Finding marine fossils in deserts might sound strange, but it happens more often than you think. Many deserts were once underwater. Take the Sahara Desert, for example. Millions of years ago, the Sahara was covered by a shallow sea called the Trans-Saharan Seaway. The water was warm, salty, and full of life. Mangrove forests grew along the shores, and the seafloor was packed with shells, snails, and clams. When the water disappeared, it left behind layers of marine sediment filled with fossils. Scientists have found remains of giant sea snakes, massive fish, and powerful predators there. Some of these animals were far larger than anything alive today. A human would not have stood a chance. Scientists believe this extreme size may be linked to a process called island gigantism. When animals live in isolated areas with fewer predators and plenty of food, they can grow much larger over time. The Trans-Saharan Seaway may have created similar isolated environments. Earth itself has changed dramatically over time. Around 3 billion years ago, our planet may have been almost completely covered by water. Scientists discovered this by studying ancient rocks in Western Australia. These rocks formed deep underwater, near hot vents on the ocean floor. By studying oxygen types trapped in the rocks, researchers learned that Earth once had far less dry land than it does today. Over time, continents formed, oceans shifted, and climates changed. Australia itself used to be covered in rainforests and giant animals. As the climate dried, deserts like the Great Victoria Desert appeared, and forests survived only along the edges. This process is called desertification, and it still happens today. While climate plays a role, human activities like farming, mining, and city building can speed it up. When land turns into desert, animals lose homes, food disappears, and water becomes scarce. That's why many countries now work together to protect land and manage water more carefully. Even today, Earth continues to surprise us, especially in the deep ocean. One of the strangest discoveries in recent years is the harp sponge. This unusual creature lives nearly 11,000 feet below the ocean's surface, where sunlight never reaches. It was first discovered near California using a deep-sea robot. At first glance, it looks harmless. Its shape resembles a harp, with vertical branches rising from a base. But looks can be deceiving. The harp sponge is a hunter. Unlike normal sponges that filter tiny food particles from water, the harp sponge captures animals. Its branches are covered with tiny hooks that grab small crustaceans drifting by. Once trapped, the sponge slowly wraps the prey in a thin membrane and digests it. This hunting method likely evolved because food is extremely rare in the deep sea. The harp sponge is still evolving. Early ones had only 2 branches, but newer ones have up to 6. Most grow about 1 foot tall, though some reach 2 feet. Other strange creatures live beyond the ocean's light zone. The Tomopterus worm swims gracefully in the twilight zone, hundreds of feet below the surface. Though most are small, some grow up to a foot long and move with smooth, fast motions. The cross-soda jellyfish is another deep-sea mystery. Bright red, orange, or purple, it pulls its tentacles in and swims away when threatened. It is tiny, rare, and beautiful. Then there's the Pacific viperfish, a nightmare-looking predator with long, needle-like teeth. Its mouth opens wide enough to trap prey, and its teeth form a cage so nothing escapes. The strawberry squid uses 2 different-sized eyes to watch above and below at the same time. One eye looks for shadows, while the other watches for glowing animals. And finally, the feather star, a strange animal with feather-like arms that can swim, crawl, or even drop its arms to escape danger. All of these creatures remind us of one thing: Earth is full of surprises, from ancient whales heavier than anything alive today, to living hunters hiding in total darkness. Our planet still has many secrets waiting to be discovered. Discoveries like this remind us how little we truly know about Earth's past and present. If you enjoyed this journey into ancient oceans and deep-sea mysteries, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another incredible discovery. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.